Hello, I'm Seth, editor-in-chief of Forbidden Origins Comics, and that is Jalapeno in the background. And today we're going to talk about some Dragon Ball Z hot takes. Let's start with something that's not that inflammatory. The Briefs family, the whole Briefs family, that includes Bulma, Trunks, and Vegeta, are the best characters in Dragon Ball. Vegeta, obviously number one best character. Bulma, close behind. Then you have Future Trunks, and Kid Trunks, not on the top 5. Piccolo's up there, not in the family. Bulma's dad, great, fantastic. He doesn't say much, but when he shows up, he's pretty rad. He's just a smoking scientist with a cat on his shoulder. That's pretty sick. Yeah, Vegeta's just the best character in Dragon Ball. Next, hot take, Dragon Ball, better than Dragon Ball Z.
Fight me if you're ready to die.
Dragon Ball Z is still fantastic. Dragon Ball Z, very iconic. Dragon Ball Z, very foundational to the shonen genre, but Dragon Ball is just consistently better, especially after that first arc. It's pretty consistently good until it gets to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has a lot more ups and downs. Dragon Ball is like a consistent rise. The best sequel to Dragon Ball Z is Daima, now that that's complete. GT's not very good. Honestly, I think Super also not very good. Probably a bit worse than GT, only because GT is way shorter than Super. GT also tries to advance the story, tries to take it new places. Super feels like a fan service anime. Like, it's like, oh, look at these characters in ways that you want them to be. And it's just kind of bland and boring. Very predictable, not that good. Daima at least has some of that GT, like, we're trying to take things to new places. But still it falls short, which leads to my next point, that Dragon Ball sequels hold as much water as the Dragon Ball movies in terms of canon and quality. They're fun for a little bit. They're definitely fun distractions, like if you just want to enjoy more pieces of that world, excellent. But as like artistic pieces, they do not hold a candle to the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Nothing in the Dragon Ball series has. However, now that's a big cat. That's jalapeno. However, in GT, the way that Super Saiyan 4 was achieved, way more interesting than Daima. There's at least a story and an arc going on to how he became Super Saiyan 4. It goes back to his like Saiyan roots. He's fighting against a villain that has a problem with Saiyans, like trying to eradicate the Saiyans. So the story for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, way better in GT. But still, Daima's the better show. Now, in terms of transformations, let's talk about Super Saiyan 3 for a second.
You're going to love this.
So if you remember the show, Super Saiyan came at this very intense emotional moment for Goku and the other characters. Super Saiyan 2 came at this very intense emotional moment for Gohan. Super Saiyan 3 comes right out of nowhere. That can seem unsatisfying. That's part of the reason why people don't like the Blue Boo saga as much as the other two sagas. I will say, though, that thematically, Goku just appearing with Super Saiyan 3, incredibly important for Vegeta's story, and kind of, I feel like, the point of the Boo saga, especially since like Dragon Ball Z seems to have more of a focus on Gohan and Vegeta as characters. Goku coming out of nowhere with this brand new transformation after a seemingly climactic battle with Vegeta, only to find out that Goku was holding back the whole time. Really important for Vegeta's character, really important to the story thematically. In fact, I would say that everybody has kind of seen Vegeta as a rival to Goku, but he is not that in the original show. In the original Dragon Ball Z, Goku is firmly ahead of him after the Saiyan saga. Like before the Saiyan saga, Vegeta's better than him, whatever. But after that, Goku firmly more powerful, always more powerful. That's part of the reason why like people tend to point at Dragon Ball Z and goes like, oh, look at them. They redeem characters too quick. Like, no, Vegeta was not redeemed until the end of Buu Saga. He was just weak compared to Goku, but stronger than every other character. And because Goku didn't really feel like he had to step in to stop Vegeta from being evil, no other character decided to bother with it. Because guess what? What the fuck are they going to do against Vegeta? So he's not really a rival to Goku. He was never kind of meant to be one. But part of the problem I have with like a lot of the sequel shows, and Daima somehow, like, another point to Daima like understands this. The other sequel shows try to make Vegeta a rival, like sort of a Naruto Sasuke one where they're even. Super does this quite a lot. GT tries to put him like on the same level with like the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, but mostly just to get to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So again, he's not really Goku's rival. And again, the Super Saiyan 3 transformation was meant to illustrate that point. It is intentionally meant to be an unsatisfying transformation. The last point I'm going to make is that the abridged series for Dragon Ball Z, I feel like kind of ruined Dragon Ball Z, at least in the popular culture. A lot of like misconceptions about Dragon Ball and the story of Dragon Ball Z seems to come from the abridged series, like Goku being a bad father, Goku being a complete idiot. There's a lot of people online that say that, like, if you want to get into Dragon Ball, watch the abridged series because they tell the story way better. And it's like, dog, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, the fuck they don't. It started off as like a fucking joke, and then they turned their joke series into like, what if we took it seriously? But it's still a fucking joke. Still a fucking joke series. It does not tell the original story better. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. Anyway. The Goku being a bad father bit too, it's like, that's always been a joke, but it's a joke because if you like pay attention in the show, Goku raises him at the beginning. He dies. He comes back, gets his shit blown up, so he can't really do anything. His son goes off to another planet. He has to chase him there. He gets stuck, so it takes him a while to get back to Earth. When he gets back to Earth, he's with him for like years. He trains him and trains him and trains him. Like, the worst thing you can say is that he pushed his son to try to be too much like him when he wasn't. But at the same time, Gohan was more powerful than Goku at the time. So Goku understood like the responsibility he had to give his son, which again couples with the like, oh, Goku's just fucking stupid. Like, yeah, he's an idiot. He's ignorant though. He's not like a complete fucking moron, which is what I feel like Super gets wrong. And another point for Daima, like, he's not a complete fucking moron. Like, once he's an adult again, like, he starts thinking strategically. He starts taking the situation more seriously. Like, he understands reality. He's not like a complete fucking moron. He's not going like, oh, muffin button, blah, blah, blah. And then like after the Cell Saga, when he dies, he's like, I should stay dead because, like, think about it. The whole of Dragon Ball Z, Raditz comes to Earth because of him. Vegeta comes to Earth because of him. Frieza comes to Earth because of him. Cell goes back in time because of him. So like in his mind, he's like, I think I'm the common denominator. I think I'm the problem. So if I stay dead, everything will be fine. And guess what? In that time jump, nobody fucking came out of nowhere. And the only thing is like Boo. Boo definitely like would have happened whether or not Goku was there.
Fool! I'll kill you all!
It probably would have happened. And like everyone probably would have died. Like that whole saga is similar to like Dark Knight Rises, where it goes like, actually maybe I'll walk back that final point. But at the time, Goku like going like, how about I stay dead? Makes a lot of sense because it's like, people are going to be in danger if I'm just alive. That's my Dragon Ball Z hot takes. I'm Seth the Topless, editor of Forbidden Origins Comics, and these are my cats, Jalapeno and Big Cat. Little cat's running around somewhere. But like, comment, subscribe, join our Discord, and goodbye.